a massive night. The atmosphere is palpable.
Yeah, what a big night it is, Tomo. Two great football sides. They're going to play two very different styles of football tonight, I believe. Big and physical for New South Wales, speed and attacks for Queensland. Here we go.
The legend continues. Origin is off for 2024. And the first pulverising impact of the game inflicted on Lindsay Collins. It comes to Carrigan now. Enjoying a fine season with Brisbane. And back into the Origin furnace is St George Illawarra's Jaden Sewer. Tackled short of his own 30. And the player of the series last year, Reuben Cotter, 95 kilos in the front row in an Origin game. So the first long kick is off the left boot of Reece Walsh, who was hit after a kicking there. And no action forthcoming from our referee. And there's Teddy's first touch, his 23rd Origin on the hop. It was in doubt only a matter of days ago, but he makes it here. He's a 3 times winner of the Man of the Match award. He's the perfect replacement, to borrow a line from Michael McGrath. Now Zach Lomax. Near the halfway, tangled up with Carrigan. One of 3 men from Temora representing the Blues tonight. Now Haas, and New South Wales up inside Queensland's half. Jerome Luai patrolling the left-hand side of the field. Kicks down for Walsh. He was dynamite in his opening couple of Origin games last year, but he's given the treatment by the Blues kick chase. There's Liam Martin, the attack dog in the pack.
Well, Liam Martin, that first set of 6, he came out of the line, hit Reece Walsh, and had plenty to say when Reece was on the ground. Just watch out for those two going at each other.
And now Holmes scurrying from dummy half. Good forceful defence from New South Wales. This is a team that has been selected to graft all evening. There is a premium on defence, and Cam McInnes there. He'll make his usual fair share of tackles. A debut at the age of 30. And now Tedesco eating up the metres as he carries back, and a penalty here for a dangerous tackle.
A bit hard done by there. The momentum of Tedesco is coming back as quick as he can. Hemiso lands on his back.
Yeah, and the ball went directly down the middle of the field. It was a great take by Tedesco in return. He wanted Lomax on his outside. He just dropped underneath. There was an opportunity there for the Blues.
Joseph Kursoswali'i.
It's a nice first touch.
Trademark steamrolling run, and Dearden went buckling at the back. Now the captain, Jake Trbojevic. The second New South Wales chant of the evening already as Payne Haas is tackled. The Blues with victory in just one of the last 5 series openers. They must start well, you fancy. This is almost must win here. Game 1 at home. Robson. And now Nico beating Trbojevic, who runs back on the angle. And he's stopped 11 metres away. Flies toward the line, kicks across the defence, and the ball bobbling around there, and it's just a fraction too long. What's the ball?
Yeah, great start there by New South Wales. Put a lot of pressure on Queensland. Just got that last kick wrong there, Nico Hines.
He went for the left foot kick.
Yeah, on
He's
the
a right foot dominant kicker.
And look, we're 4 minutes in, Joey. The blood is still pumping. The adrenaline maybe just got the better of him there.
Great to have Brad Fittler back with us as part of the team on Origin night. Good evening.
It's absolutely brilliant down here amongst 80,000 Blues fans. What an incredible experience down out here pre-game. Absolutely awesome. Conditions are brilliant. I've never seen this ground in such great condition at this time of year. Plenty of grass. There's a little bit of dew on top. There's a slight breeze behind the Queensland team, but nothing you can feel on the sideline. But beautiful conditions for a game.
Carrigan to the line, and Cherry Evans, the pass to Jeremiah Nane. Already 10 tries to his name for the Cowboys this year. Cherry Evans off quickly down a short side. One-handed pass. Ben And his fellow veteran on the back up has Queensland on the board.
Oh, he's a marvel. Daly Cherry Evans, 35 years of age. Puts his number 9 over for the first try for Queensland. That was a well-worked play. Lovely run there. Harvey Norman replay. Just watching the eye. He gets a one-on-one opportunity there. With Luai, he splits a quick play of the ball, and away goes Cherry Evans. He's too smart for Luai at marker. He lobs the ball inside. Benny Hunt. He's just the everywhere man.
A great run from Nene, and then Cherry Evans just looks up. One marker. The golden rule is one marker, especially at this level. You take off, and then they all support each other. But trace it back. The kick that went dead. The soft end to the set of 6. And they got the 20-metre restart. Lockie.
Yeah, that poor finish from the Blues, and then the kick out to touch by the Rangers got on the field position, but the run by Nene, as you said there, just quick play the ball and Daly Cherry Evans' eyes up, and then players in motion around him, and Ben Hunt, he's there to get an opening the scoreboard for the Maroons.
Well, I think that's an area that they would have targeted in their preparations this week, the Maroons. You've seen there Cherry Evans, he just got his big back row in the night. That one-on-one opportunity, so hard to tackle. There's the coach's box, Billy Slater. He's a happy man. Great footy, great start.
And Ben Hunt with a 4th Origin try. Holmes with a pinpoint conversion.
Wait for that time, Zach. Just wait. Stay behind.
Queensland 6, New South Wales 0. The wizardry of Daly Cherry Evans to the forefront already in Series 2024. He's the 5th oldest man to play in an Origin game. That age is but a number. His form at this level has been remarkable for so long. A 10th Origin series for the Manly and Queensland skipper. How do New South Wales respond? Ben Hunt finds Dearden. Walsh, and now the hammer into space. The hammer motoring. Dearden's there on the back up. Tedesco with an ankles tackle.
Reece Walsh hasn't moved in back play. He's gone for the night.
Dearden now looks up, throws a dummy. The Blues are scampering to stay in touch. Inside the 10. Lindsay Collins, not the man they wanted with the ball. And not the ideal pass. So there are 6 more tackles coming.
The tackle on Walsh was from Joseph Suoli'i. I think he'll find himself in a lot of trouble, Joseph. He's out.
Yeah, I'm going to deal with that.
He's been out cold for around 30 seconds, Reece.
Yeah, didn't look good, did it, Joey? Here's a good shot.
Oh, this may be close to a sender.
Freddie, you were close to that action.
Yeah, well, you can see what was happening. They created a little bit of room out on this left-hand side, and you can see Joseph starting to line up Reece Walsh. And then you heard the sound. The sound wasn't good, and as everyone ran away, all our eyes started on Reece Walsh. You saw the head flick back, and he didn't move. He's starting to move his fingers at the moment, which is a good sign.
There's a big decision by the referees and the man in the bunker.
I don't want you to say a word, okay? Okay, it's a very dangerous action. There's direct contact to the head with the shoulder. You're off.
Oh, he set off.
Direct contact to the head. Oh, yes. Go back for the You have to go, Joseph.
Wow, that's massive for New South Wales.
Direct to the head.
Huge for New South Wales. We don't know how long or what the repercussions will be here for Reece Walsh.
Guys, we're going to go and
whether
play
he'll
the
be able to
penalty.
come back on the field, but New South Wales will play the remainder of this match with 12
Guys,
men.
we're going to go back for the penalty.
What a sensation. The 6th man in Origin history to be sent off.
Just give us that marker, okay? Back here, guys.
Yeah, and it's fast moving, and you've got to make decisions at fast pace as well. Suoli'i, you heard the referee there with his description, direct and forceful to the head. Freddie?
Yeah, I was just watching Reece Walsh go off. And now that he has gone off and there's been a send-off, that ignites the 18th man. So Selwyn Cobbo comes into play. He's gone to left centre. It looks like he's standing next to Taulagi. And that'll take the hammer. The hammer will go back to fullback. 12 plays in an Origin.
All right, not early, guys.
For third, what have we got? 72 minutes. The challenge just got harder.
What's your thoughts, Cameron, on that?
Well,
At Clubland, yes.
yeah.
It's a shame. It is a send-off, but at this level, I'm really surprised they sent Joseph Suoli'i off.
And those questioning, Tomo, those questioning the selection of Selwyn Cobbo. Well, there you go. 8 minutes into Origin 1, he's on the field.
Sense of disbelief reverberating around Accor Stadium, and there's a penalty for Queensland forthcoming. This is a brand new Blues outfit.
What are you doing?
Already an imposing task to take on this Queensland team. They are down a man for the rest of the journey. There's nothing certain at this level of the game. I'm sure anybody tuning in or coming to the ground wouldn't have envisaged something that dramatic in the early moments. Joseph Akuso Suoli'i sent off. And Valentine Holmes with an opportunity to extend this gap past a converted try. A pinpoint kick. Queensland 8, New South Wales 0. Danica Mason, some news.
Yes, we've just had confirmation from the Queensland doctor that Reece Walsh has been ruled out for the entire match. He's showing category 1 symptoms with his head injury, so the 18th man has officially been activated. Felice Kafusi right now doing some warm-ups on the sideline.
Okay. Time off, no tea.
So there are 5 new Origin faces in this New South Wales team.
Stay behind, guys.
The gravity of this task would be weighing on them right throughout the preparation. Andrew, to get a bolt from the blue like this, I'm wondering if he could take us inside the minds of these inexperienced players now.
Well, you just got to front up. It's your duty. It's not ideal. You just got to front up. Simple as that.
He's into Collins, player of the match from game 2 last series. And Carrigan. Out past the 20. And here's Jaden Sewer. Had 3 games in Queensland Maroon back in 2020, the 1 in 2021, and returns for the first time since then this evening. And now Cotter. Struggling with a much bigger Payne Haas. Played to Ben Hunt, now Dearden. Finds space. Lomax running back. Tedesco retrieving. Let's cross to Queensland's coach, Billy Slater. Your reaction to the tackle and the send-off, firstly, Billy?
Yeah, probably you don't want to know that.
Okay. Billy, a lot of talk about Selwyn Cobbo being on the bench and questioning that. Obviously a great decision to have him there now.
Yeah, well, look, hindsight's a great thing, isn't it, Cam? But look, he's a quality player. He plays that position regularly, and so does Hammer. So it's worked out that way.
12 men for New South Wales. What's important for your side now?
Yeah, nothing changes for us, Cam. We just want to get our footy on. We want to get our game on. And, these sort of things can happen. So they've prepared really well. They've started the game well, and we just need to continue it.
Thanks for your time, Billy. Billy Slater. Obviously most upset by the tackle that has rendered Reece Walsh unavailable for the remainder of this game. Reece Robson passing through McInnes and now to Jake Trebojevic. Play 5 New South Wales. Robson left, Hines with a kick. He's got Crichton pursuing in amongst traffic. It's been knocked on at the back. More possession coming for the undermanned Blues.
That's a better kick. Don't want to complicate your kicking game at this level. The first kick was a left footer coming back with a grubber kick. You just put it up, lead it on the spot, and let your chasers get down there and put some pressure. It was nice work from Stephen Crichton. They get an opportunity here, the Blues. They would love to score. It'll do so much for their confidence.
They do have some aerial targets out wide on the field. Crichton on the left, Lomax on the right. One of the best kick chasers in the competition, Zach Lomax. From the back of the scrum. And the ball to Nicho Hines, the Dally M medalist from 2022. Played to Robson. And McInnes rattled by a good shot. He's opposite number 13, Carrigan, responsible. Hines, Haas, lurking out on the left. He was targeting Cherry Evans, but the skipper was up to the challenge there. The Blues trying to open up this Queensland defence. Nothing has gone their way in the early moments. Now Angus Crichton. A couple from the line. Nicho Hines away to Jerome Luai. He dances one way, ducks back the other. Teddy's there to land on a Luai kick, and the Blues have got one.
Yeah, nice kick from Jerome Luai. Decided to run the ball in the last play. This will give the Blues, the young Blues especially, a lot of confidence. And there he is, the champion fullback, James Tedesco. Ball go left, Hobie Norman replay. There's no obstruction there. He comes back, dances, kicks in behind. Hemiso, he was going right, didn't have the bottom of the screen, jersey 4, didn't come back quick enough.
Yeah, you always got to be aware, Jerome Luai, when he gets the football, he loves coming back off that left foot. And that time there, it's come back to hurt the Queensland side. Last play, ball goes away, can't stop working. You see there, front rower, Lindsay Collins trying to clean up. Down to you, Freddie.
Well, kicking's going to be crucial. Matt spoke about Steve Crichton and Zach Lomax when they go to the air. And he's your man, James Tedesco, if you want to kick along the ground. He's so much better, Teddy, when he's coming off second and third receiver. This time he's chasing kicks. The ball even actually bounced back towards him. He puts it on such an angle that the ball skips back towards the goalpost, straight into Teddy's hands. Hines to make this 6. It's a 2-point ball game.
Had a feeling that Tedesco would have an impact tonight in some capacity. The Blues' first try scorer, he's been a 3 times winner of the Brad Fittler Medal as New South Wales Player of the Series. And while it is desperately sad for Dylan Edwards to miss the opportunity at a debut, there could be no one better credentialed to come back into this #1 spot than James Tedesco, the incumbent Australian captain. Played by Robson. Here goes Cam McInnes. Well, Origin is littered with very famous against the odds victories. This would go to the top should New South Wales somehow manufacture something here. Martin, 5 from the halfway. Hines now. Kicking for territory. It's not going to be easy with Hamiso at the back. with all of his dazzling pace. Scored a try in all 3 origins last year. Hanaso Tabuai-Fidow.
Well, that set a 6 there by New South Wales. That's exactly what they need now, particularly with a man down. There's one out using quick speed in behind the ruck, fast play the balls, and then kick. Now the Maroons on the back foot there.
Carrigan, toiling. Stopped by McInnes. It goes through Cotter. And the brilliant Sherry Evans. And the dangerous Valentine Holmes. One of 6 Cowboys out there on the field this evening. And Ben Hunt drops out to first receiver, sends a high kick. And Selwyn Cobbo rushing down in kick chase.
Great run, Tedesco.
Here's Lomax. This is one area I'm sure that would have appealed to Michael Maguire. His ability to run strongly out of his team's own end of the field, and undoubtedly this man's strength through Brian Totler to the 40. Played to Robson, he's been sharp at acting half. It comes to Angus Crichton now.
I think everyone knew New South Wales were coming here with a power game. Even with 12 men, rolling forward, playing the ball really quickly. This has been a good period for New South Wales.
Here's Murray Talangi. Last year's series was remarkable. Game winning, really. And Sherberg's Selwyn Cobbo. Talangi there again. In that arm wrestle period, as Carrigan continues to toil manfully through the middle of the field. It goes to Dearden on the left edge. He links in here with Sewer. Nice offload. Cobbo. What a catch by Talangi. There's Queenslanders everywhere. Take your pick. The hammer. A try-scoring freak.
Now that's all they're looking for, Queensland. It's just that mismatch. There's always going to be an overlap either side of the play of the ball. And that time it was a lovely ball from Jaden Sewer. Harvey Norman replay. They go to the left through their man Dearden. Lovely little one-handed pass, and there it is. There's the overlap. Trebojevic, he's doing his best on the inside. He's done a mountain of work already, but he just can't keep up with the hammer. And there's another lovely set piece by the Maroons. Really, that's all they're trying to do, is to find that mismatch, that overlap on one side of the play of the ball.
They're tackling under the ball. Someone had to go high from Jaden Sewer. It was a low tackle which got the offload. I think every time they come to their left, Queensland, there's going to be dramas. Lockie.
Yeah, well, that's where Swaley would have been. That space outside Liam Martin, and on the inside, we just saw Billy Slater there on the sideline talking to the hammer. But that space outside Liam Martin, inside Nico Hines, that will be a real focus for the Queenslanders for the rest of this game. You see that space there. So he's in the centres now, Nico Hines, effectively, and Liam Martin's defending 3, and that's not an easy role for a back rower. Got to make a lot of decisions, and the Queenslanders exposed him there.
Well, when you looked at that matchup, it was actually 4-on-4. Payne Haas was caught at A defender. Tommy Dearden, he spotted the front rower. He just took off, beat him for speed, created that extra man on the outside.
Another great kick by Holmes.
The try converted by Valentine Holmes. And that man on screen is the leading try scorer in 2023, the Hammer. Napiso Tabuai-Fidow. Queensland now lead in Airpole State of Origin 1. 14 points to 6.
And so Tabuai-Fidow going at better than a try a game in his Origin career.
Well, there's no Joseph Suoliti on the right side. You can see New South Wales are short. I think they've got to consider changing their defensive structure. Defend tight and play a slide defence and encourage Queensland to play around it and give away 20, 30 metres. Because with the spacing they've got now, they're down a man. They're going to struggle all night.
So you're thinking a bit more passive, away.
Get in tighter, show them the outside, let them clip the outside, but then use that sideline as an extra defender.
There you see the bottom of the screen, Reece Walsh, he's returning to the field of play. Well, to the field, he won't be back on in the game tonight. Good sign, Zoe's up and about.
And To'o fields one of his first kicks of the evening. Luai across now to Stephen Crichton. Danica, some more news.
Yeah, it's been a busy sideline down here. We just had Billy Slater down here. He came down here to relay a special message to Hamaso Tabuai Fido because they actually can't take headsets onto the field. And so he came down here himself, had a quick word to the Hammer, and now he's back up in the coach's box.
Thanks, Danica. Tedesco taken around the legs by Collins.
I've no doubt what Billy would have been saying to Hamaso. Get your halves to get the ball in the middle of the field, and work it at the right side, and then open up and just keep attacking to his side, talking about different formation, different shapes. It'll be a really tough night for that right side defence for New South Wales.
Xavier Coates. 7 tries for Melbourne this year, 4 of them have come from kicks. Such a brilliant aerial exponent. Now to Lungy. Stopped on the 40-metre line. Ben Hunt
40-20.
sneaks out. 40-20 attempt. The ball bounced back towards Tedesco. There's been all energy again, the 31-year-old. Stopped by Cotter and Carrigan. And now To'o. Ran for over 200 metres in 2 of the 3 Origin games last year.
Big tackle.
Great impact.
Jaden Sewer. He's on Angus Crichton. Very rarely see Angus getting buckled back like that.
He's really cut from the Origin spot, Jaden Sewer. Aggressive with and without the ball. McInnes playing to Hines now. And Martin. He's such a great reader of that up and in Murray to Lane.
Well, all the shifts have to go to the left for New South Wales. They can't be shifting to their right. They're down a man on that side. Good
The one-handed scoop and run by Cherry Evans. Queensland's 4th most captain leads his state for the 16th time tonight. Dearden trying to play to that left-hand corridor again, and Cobbo has left Hines behind, and Lomax and Talangi, and the hammer is there again.
Oh, once again, we're going to see this all night. Just coming to the left side for Queensland. I know they're down a man, but geez, there were some poor tackles involved in this try.
Yeah. Selwyn Cobbo just too big and strong. Harvey Norman replay. A couple of wide passes. Tommy Dearden beating a few defenders. Then Cobbo got the ball. Fend, bump, fend again. Nice little offload. Look at that. 4 maroon jerseys. Just the one at the back there, Tedesco. Another nice piece down their left-hand side. Freddie?
Well, the one thing they can't do is miss tackles. Selwyn Cobbo runs over 2 Blues jerseys here and then gets the inside pass. That right side defence, I think they need to find a 4th defender as well. Get someone with a bit of speed. Cam McInnes. What they're lacking there is a bit of speed, so when they're going forward, there's no movement. When they start moving sideways and you've got a front row as that 4th defender, it just breaks the line up. They need to find a 4th defender. Cam McInnes, someone with a bit of speed on that edge of the ruck to help out.
Well, Hamaso, no one in Origin history has scored more than 3 tries. The message from Billy Slater, no wonder he's smiling. Hamaso, yeah, you get the feeling he's going to get more than 2 tonight.
Well, although he's moved from where he was named in the centres at fullback, he has the licence to roam. What a support weapon with his abundance of speed. An absolute nightmare for New South Wales at home as Queensland continue to rattle up points.
The try converted by Valentine Holmes. The Queensland team now lead 20 points to 6.
Good news, bad news from the Queensland bench. We can tell you that Reece Walsh is up and about, and has been ruled out with the category 1. He also had a foul play on Justin. Justin saw him sent off the game and has been
They've made a change. Nico Hines is now defending on the wing. Zach Lomax in the centres. And they've kicked to the other side this time.
Change in the forward pack as well. Isaiah Yeo on the park now for New South Wales. Jake Trebojevic to the bench, which means Yeo comes on as captain of New South Wales.
Yeah, he's made 23 tackles already, Trebojevic. And only 25 minutes of football.
Here's Hunt, relishes his dummy half roll at this level. And now Dearden. Kick bouncing up for Tedesco. Already up past 80 running metres in this game. And Zach Lomax. 7 tries, 3 try assists and 41 tackle breaks for the Dragons in the season so far. Teddy again, he's busy, isn't he? And now Robson playing his third origin. Dumped into the turf, just over the halfway. Yohan Hines kicks in behind. The hammer glides across the turf with such grace. And Yo down there leading the kick chase. Yes, Brad?
Well, in that last set of 6, Angus Crichton actually moved it over the right-hand side and swapped with Liam Martin. Whether it was just for a set, because once they got the ball, he moved back to the left-hand side. There's been a little bit of confusion on who's defending where, what position, how many in from the side. Cam McInnes is now there, 3 in. Isaiah Yo's helping in on the right-hand side as well.
So, Brad, that's all the byproduct of Swaliti being sent off, though, is the point you're making there.
Yeah, the right centre's out, but what they're not doing, they're not coming up with something steady. They need to be able to find some synchrony between each other. They've got Reece Robson's there at the moment. He makes more sense, a bit more speed. There we go, make their tackles, they'll be right.
Sewer tried to pop one out the back. It's a knock on by Queensland.
And the kicking game has to change. Harry Grant comes on the field. There should be red alert. There's Nico Hines. I think he has to tweak his kicking game. They'll be finding the line every time, kicking the ball out.
Challenge from Queensland, disputing the decision of a loose carry. They believe it's a strip.
Yeah, he needs to understand how much work his forwards are getting through.
Zach Lomax is just making a tackle. Jaden Sewer loses the ball into Zach Lomax. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Yeah, there goes Queensland's challenge for the night.
No more challenges, Queensland.
No, I agree with you, Freddie. Particularly Joey, with the kicking game. Nico Hines, he actually kicked on play 4 just before. Bit of high contact there by Isaiah Yeo, but on play 4, when you only got 12 men, you should be trying to play out your sets.
Yeah.
Try to conserve as much energy as you can for your troops. And make Queensland make as many tackles as you can.
Right to off.
Well, New South Wales have made 35 more tackles already.
Played by Yo. With Spencer Leniu, his first involvement at origin level. The pocket dynamo from the Roosters, and he earned 6 more tackles, and Crichton with a no-look tackle, and that was brilliant. To'o finds a little bit of space, but he's shut down promptly. Nane, the defender. Crichton, Luai, who wants it? Robson, floating pass out for Martin. He gets on the outside of Cobbo. He had Lomax looming, but he couldn't get the ball to him. Robson trying to evade Harry Grant. 6 more tackles here for New South Wales. The referee called one of the defenders out. I think it was Grant, and he still participated in the play. Tedesco held by Cobbo. Well, the crowd has come to life suddenly. They've been deathly quiet, as one would expect given the circumstances. Leniu 9 metres away. The ball to Yo. Pass out the back. Might have grazed the Queensland hand. No. New South Wales shut down. Now the Sharks captain Cameron McInnes.
He's been strong, McInnes.
Robson finds Hines. He goes to Luai. Ducks under. Hard man to hold when he gets those dancing shoes on. It goes to Yo again. The triple premiership winning captain of Penrith. 9 away. Hines. Leniu powering. I'm not sure whether he's got grass on ball there. There are a lot of Queenslanders around and there's not great excitement amongst the New South Wales throng.
That's
We're looking at a
incredible.
possible double movement, but I also believe
Tabi
he's held up
Waifano
well.
has been able to get his hands under this football. That's a remarkable effort.
It doesn't hit the ground there, the ball, but Hemiso, he holds the ball up.
Just looking to see if Spencer Leniu grounds the ball in the in goal.
There's no double movement. The ball doesn't hit the ground. This is an amazing save from Hemiso. Absolutely amazing. Look how he gets his knee in there. This will be no try.
The ball always remains up. Decision made.
It takes a power of stopping.
Well, he's made an impact already, Spencer. That's what you need off your interchange. Someone to come on and change the speed of the game. He's had huge impact.
Stay straight. Wait. Spencer, wait.
Such a great defensive unit, this Queensland team. Great synergy amongst them. The core of this team has been together for such a long time. Hines, he wants Crichton to pursue, and the kick really wasn't executed to a plumb, and it's taken fairly comfortably by Xavier Coates.
Yeah, not much happening with that kick there from Hines. Just went to no man's land, really. Not high enough, not the right position. Xavier Coates, he hits those.
Oh! Pulverising tackle on Cotter. And Moeaki Fotuaika, the only Gold Coast representative in Origin 1, played to Harry Grant, the X Factor. He is playing magnificently this year. Keaton from behind the 40. That is a maroon wall staring Zach Lomax in the face. Played to Hines, Tedesco. So Hamoli Olakawatu into the game. Another of these New South Wales debutants. Yes, Danica.
Just an update on Reece Walsh. We've been keeping a close eye on him ever since he went off with that really bad head knock early on. And he actually did pass his head injury assessment, just speaking to the doctor there, but because he was ruled Category 1 on the field, he's not able to return to the play. But certainly some good news for him, having passed that head injury assessment.
Pleased to get that. Thank you, Danica. Yo. Forceful tackle up around the ball by Carrigan. Hines with a kick to Tedesco. Trying to navigate a passage to the ball. Oh, there was a catch on offer for Big Hamoli, but the ball bobbled out off his hands. Picked up by Grant, and now Cobbo. People wondering how he was going to bring himself into the game, in what role. 72 minutes he's going to play, as it turns out. Queensland in command of Origin 1, but this can change very quickly if New South Wales perhaps can at least spark something before the break. They did get over the line momentarily with Spencer Leniu before, as Sewer pushes one over the top, and it's been ruled to a travel forward.
Come in the middle.
Yeah, just forcing the pass there, Jaden Sewer. They've seen some space again down their left-hand edge. Just tried the over-the-top pass. It drifted forward. So the important thing for the Maroons is there's no real reason to push passes in this situation. They're up by 14 points. They've got scoreboard pressure. They've got an extra man on the field for the remainder of this match. All they really need to do is just play smart, find the end of their sets and play deep in opposition field.
So here's Crichton. I mentioned Temora earlier. South-western New South Wales, about an hour's drive above Wagga. Population around 7,000, I understand. Well, they've got 3 Temora-born players in the One New South Wales team tonight. It's quite an accolade. Great pass. Here's Lomax. A chip over the top. The ball, it did threaten to sit up. It was tapped over by the hammer.
Yeah, the Westpac red zone. We had the stats up before. They shift to the right. Lomax backs himself. Nice play. I'd love to score a try before half-time, New South Wales. They go short, Queensland.
So this will be a New South Wales play the ball under the new rule instituted at the start of the year. No penalty, but possession handed to the opposition if the ball doesn't travel the 10. A full house at Accor Stadium, willing the Blues to find a try and keep that flicker of hope alive. Lenu.
Oh, he's twisting.
Is that a knee? It's a left knee.
Oh, no. He has been unbelievable since he's been on the field.
The weight was on the ground. Just separate, guys.
That's a hip drop.
Separate. He's still on his feet. The weight was on the ground. He's still on his
All the fans are right onto Ashley Klein.
Don't worry. Just turn you guys up.
Sally Cherry Evans doesn't think it's a hip drop, Andrew. I'm not sure his opinion matters in this circumstance. So that's the stability test. Checking the strength of the knee ligaments. So Spencer's not in as much trouble as we initially feared, perhaps. He's going to try to carry on.
Mark straight, yeah. We're on tackle 1.
There'll be no penalty. It'll be a New South Wales play the ball. 14 points the difference. Things can change quickly in the modern game of rugby league as Olakawatu runs towards the post off an Isaiah Yeo pass. Robson, there's Spencer, straight back at it. Hines for Tedesco, the pass finds no one. Lomax scurries and stays in the field of play.
Well, smart play, Lomax.
Oh dear, that was a pressure ball. They were all standing still. There was actually an intercept looming momentarily. Robson tackled, Tedesco dummy half, Luai looks up, pokes it in behind, hammer.
Oh, they look threatening, don't they? The Blues down this end. They just can't find that final pass. That one out here on their right-hand side went to ground. If it found Lomax on the chest, he was a chance. I'll tell you the man that's had the biggest impact, though, for the Blues, it's Spencer Leniu.
There's not a big change. Stephen Crichton has gone from the left side over to the right. He's defending inside Lomax. And on the other side of the field, Jerome Luai defending in the centres.
Cherry Evans. Let's get it out of here on tackle 4. Half-time bearing down. Tedesco spearing back at Queensland's kick chase. Queensland unbeaten in Origin football when they have led at half-time since 2017. 7 years. Powerful surge. Finds up on the advantage line. Now Olakau'atu appears to be playing more in the middle of the field. Usually seeing him at right back row for Manly. Hines with a tantalising kick. The hammer flies. It bounced off of him but backwards. And Selwyn Cobbo is there to swoop on the loose ball.
Well, with that man being sent off, New South Wales already made 3 interchanges compared to Queensland 1. Maybe some big boys in the middle playing longer minutes than what they thought. I'll give the New South Wales, they've been brave. There's the interchanges, bottom of the screen.
Strong run. Out near the halfway hook, that went awry. Turnover for the Blues, 3 minutes until the break.
Yeah, not ideal for Queensland. Harry Grant, he went for the one-handed pick-up there. He just wanted to try and get those markers on the hob.
It's a real tribute to Stephen Crichton's versatility to switch sides in the space of the same game, link up with a different set of players around him, but he's equally adept on both sides of the field.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Played by Lomax. Hines for Olakau'atu, tries some footwork, he's swept to the ground by Ruben Cotter. New South Wales down on the 10. Hines to Spencer again, backed out of the contact, wants to keep the ball alive, and no one is all that desperate to take a pass from him. And he will get a penalty.
Tackle, Mo. Time off.
Well, that saved a
rather
lamentable attacking play by New South Wales.
Well, they've got to play out to their right. They flipped Crichton. Their only genuine centre right now in the game is on the right-hand side. This is where they need to play their football.
Hines, Tedesco tapping on. Oh dear. That one's not in the playbook.
No, early turnovers just causes more misery for this football side. They're already under a lot of pressure. Scoreboard, down a man. And then early turnovers like that. It's just cheap ball for Queensland.
Xavier Coates, born in Papua New Guinea. His 9th game in Queensland colours this evening. And now Val Holmes, he's the 3rd greatest point scorer in Origin football. Incredible. 28 years of age. Stack of football left in him. Here's Cobbo now on this threatening left-hand attacking edge.
That's exactly why they've moved him to that side. Arguably the best defensive centre in the comp.
And there's numbers the other side now for Queensland, but they can't get the ball there as Carrigan has tackled the ground. And Cherry Evans, now Nane is trying to weave through his brilliant pursuing kicks, but Tedesco takes the catch safely. Well, spare a thought for New South Wales coach Michael Maguire, his first experience of Origin football as a player or coach tonight. He had a player sent off at the 7-minute mark, and he has a half-time address to his team that needs to hit the mark should New South Wales challenge in the second half. Queensland 20, New South Wales 6 in game 1 of Series 2024. James, it's Queensland, the state that we usually equate with great comebacks against all odds. I think back to 1989 at the Sydney Football Stadium, game 2, a team featuring Paul Horton. Queensland finished that game with 12 players and was still able to beat New South Wales. The Blues not usually associated with that level of stoicism. could they do that tonight? That 89 game really inked in the folklore of this wonderful interstate tussle. It's a chance for New South Wales to write their own chapter.
There's a bloke called Wally Lewis playing that night, wasn't there?
Yeah, he did everything. He reckons it was as close as he's seen to a standing ovation for a Queensland team by a New South Wales crowd. This is Origin football. Don't write this off just yet. Leniu was profound. Thrown into the game as many expected about 10 minutes before the halftime break. And it goes to Zach Lomax. He's covered plenty of territory in the first half. And New South Wales do boast a lot of players, particularly in the pack, that have the ability to play big minutes. This one, among that group, Isaiah Yeo, an 80-minute player every week for Penrith, as is Reece Robson for North Queensland. And it's a strong start to this second half for the Blues, who are inside Queensland's half to the tune of 10 metres. It's a high kick pumped by Luai. And some confusion at the back, and Coates, he needs to be wary. The Blues have dragged him, and that brings the crowd into it.
Well, that's the best possible start you could ask for as a Blues fan. They've gone kickoff reception, they've gone 100 metres, and now they get a dropout restart. What a chase this was from the left edge. Bit of confusion at the back for the Maroons. And just look at the Blues players get in there underneath Xavier Coates.
He's in here first. Angus Crichton.
What's the time? Stay behind.
Nice kick, Jerome Luai.
Cherry Evans doesn't risk a short dropout. He kicks long. It crosses the halfway. And the rampaging Spencer Leniu. Such a damaging player. And Yeo, the on-field captain at the moment, playing a 12th Origin tonight. Hines, flat to Leniu. Just a few times New South Wales have lacked a little direction, you'd have to say, with this reconfigured lineup. No, Joseph Akuso Suali'i. Luai Tedesco, ball's free, jumped upon by Queensland. Incidentally, the send-off of Suali'i, the earliest send-off in Origin history by a considerable margin, almost an hour.
Well, there's another opportunity gone begging from New South Wales. Once again, Teddy had one in the first half. He just tried that little bat on.
One-on-one.
Wow.
Angus Crichton.
Well, when they create opportunities, we just heard Madge Maguire, their coach, at half-time, create opportunities, and they'll be in this game. Here's another one.
Well, that man playing the ball, Ola Kawatu. They need to get him the ball, and they come to the right. Here's the strip here, Angus Crichton. He's been excellent. I'd like to see him use Ola Kawatu on their right side.
Yo, oh, that was a testing pass. Good work, Lomax. Ola Kawatu. He came on in the middle. It looks like he's playing more in that right edge role after half-time. Inside the 30.
If they can get him one-on-one with Dearden, there'll only be one winner.
They're all standing still at the moment. Here's Luai. He's caused problems. He's gone backwards there, trying to create something on that right-hand side. Crichton. Now Nico Hines. Gee, they say wearing this number 7 jumper for New South Wales is akin to jumping into the furnace. He's feeling the heat tonight. Luai now. That's better. Straightening the attack, trying to dink it through. It's still the last tackle, not played out according to the referee. Hines can kick. Lomax is so good in the air! That's how good he is!
Wow, that's just special. Special from an individual. Lomax. He's had an outstanding year with the Dragons, playing on the wing. Spoke about how he's unhappy playing in that position, but now he's got the opportunity to represent his state. Harvey Norman replay, bit of razzle-dazzle, left foot again by Luai, and here it comes. The second kick. The ball comes out. Nico Hines puts it in a great position, and he just outleaps Cobbo. They were going nowhere. nowhere New South Wales in that set.
Well, it goes to show the kicking game. You can rescue a bad set with a great kick, and that was the case there. Zach Lomax is no better chaser of kicks in the game at the moment. Nico Hines puts it right on the spot. Have a look at this, great camera work. He goes up and over, only eyes for the ball. Great try by New South Wales. Freddie?
I'm not sure if Selwyn and Murray have changed positions, but Selwyn, as soon as the ball went in the air, he looked confused. Zach Lomax just had eyes for the ball. It was a perfectly placed kick. But Selwyn just looked confused. He just sort of waiting for something to come down. Didn't really know what to do. I'm not sure why Murray Taulagi wasn't defending in that position.
Rated by many good judges as the best kick chaser in the game, Zach Lomax. Hines from wide out. It's not a kick of great authority. It's across the face.
Sideline conversion unsuccessful. Score remains Queensland leading 20-10. Still plenty of time. Just 6 minutes gone in the second quarter. New South Wales fans, make some noise for your team.
Stay behind!
Spencer Leniu used in that impact capacity. He's given everything in the time he's been out there. And Payne Haas reintroduced after the break by Michael Maguire. A 12th origin at the age of 24 for Payne Haas. We feel there's destiny awaiting him. Paul Harrigan played 20 games in the front row for New South Wales. I think at his tender age he'll go past him in the not too distant future. So To'o, shy of his own 40, across the line now.
That's better. Olakuatu, get him one-on-one and then play off that the next play. Guaranteed a quick play the ball.
It's a deep kick by Hines. Martin pursuing, look out! He rattled him with a brilliant kick chase tackle.
Well, they just got to be careful here, Queensland. It just seems this opening stanza of the second half.
Drop ball.
Wow. This opening stanza of the second half. Listen to the crowd.
Well, let's go to Brad. They have ignited on the back of that, Freddie.
Well, their last 10 minutes, they've just invited the crowd in, the Queensland team. At the back end of the first half, they were making errors, giving New South Wales all the hope in the world. And then this first half, this is everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. Look at the numbers in there, blue jerseys, 4 jerseys in there. You got to hold the ball. They've lost their captain's challenge. You just got to hold the ball. You can't hope for the referee to give you a bit of luck. You need to make your luck.
Yeah, and you can't try and defend your lead all the way to the finish either. You got to keep playing, Freddie.
Here's Olakuatu. Shapes up on Tom Dearden. Can they go back to back? The Blues giving everything for their state after half-time against insurmountable odds, really. Haas on the 10. Interlocked with the defence. He broke out and played it. Olakuatu again. He's lost the ball here. And Queensland's defence frustrating New South Wales out of it.
Well, they survived that one. That's a little scare for Queensland. Might just get them going again. They've gone away from their game plan. They're playing fast, using the football. It's like they're just trying to defend their way to a finish.
Danica, some more news on a busy night.
Yes, a very busy night. Spencer Leniu has just come off for a head injury assessment. He's showing category 2 symptoms, so he'll undergo the testing over the next 15 minutes and we'll update you on whether he's able to return to the action or not.
Jermaine Hopgood.
Nice first touch. Big charge.
The first Parramatta player to represent Queensland since way back in 2001. It was Daniel Wagon. For the history buffs, the first Parramatta player to represent Queensland was Arthur Beats in 1980. Tedesco hunting for some space in behind the ruck. Tackled by Hopgood, up near the halfway. Robson, Hines, firing it to Luai. Luai now for Angus Crichton. Angus Crichton to Brian Totler. The cover comes in numbers for Queensland. Terry Evans and Coates were there. Hines with a kick. New South Wales trying to get numbers through. Oh, hammer. He makes the hard look absolutely simple at times. Now, Danica, you've got Cam Munster with your sideline.
Yes, a very special guest adding to our sideline commentary team tonight. Cam, what did you make of Queensland's start to this second half? Are you worried at all about complacency?
Oh, look, it's not ideal. We didn't start really well. We're giving them heaps of ball. I know they've only got 12 men on the field, but they scored a full pointer there through Zach Lomax, and we keep obviously leaving the ball on the ground and giving it to them. They're going to put points on us and make us pay. So, yeah, we just got to start that up.
Here's Grant. Such a danger.
Great tackle, Isaiah Yeo.
Queensland with a roll on. Tedesco comes charging. The catch was taken, well, cleanly in the first instance, but then lost by Nane.
It's better from Queensland, providing some quick play of the ball. Harry Grant on the field, loves running the ball. Almost slipped through. It was desperation from Isaiah Yeo that got him around the collar.
He's had a debut. Zach Lomax scored that try. Also, a lot of hit-ups coming out of trouble.
A shift to the right-hand edge with Crichton half through a gap. Good, desperate tackle by Cobbo.
Well, there's on the bottom of the screen the possession in the second half. New South Wales, all being New South Wales, 77%. And it correlates with the metres gained, nearly 300 for the Blues.
Rattles into the defence, ball out the back, picked up off the deck. Robson and Hines. Hines trying to identify some room. Can't sneak through Queensland's defence there. Carrigan stopped him. Luai then steps up for a kick. Lomax again. It's gone backwards. It's still the last. Can Hines going to pass away? He does. Robson there. Desperate out the back. Yo, pass. Luai kicked the first time. He's going to run it this time. It goes to Martin. Now it's over to Totler. It's still the last. Totler kicking through. Bounces kindly for Harry, who's back there.
Look who's there, just in case. Harry Grant. Once again, nice work from New South Wales.
Stand now, reach, wait.
Looked dangerous on that last play.
There's a few Queenslanders with hands on hips here. The Blues dominating possession after half-time.
There it is. Coming up to 5 minutes without a stoppage. All these guys will be redlining.
Tedesco's been strong. Beats the tackle of Dearden and Hopgood down there to help wrap him up. Darren Lockyer sideline.
Yeah, well, the crowd's definitely given the Blues some energy. As we see Zach Lomax really pull through there. For the Queenslanders, they've got to try and take the crowd out of it. They just got to go sit. Hang on. You up, Jack.
And he found Daly Cherry Evans then. Zach Lomax. I think he's been New South Wales best. What a debut.
He loves the physical stuff, doesn't he?
No, he found Cherry Evans there. Went straight over the top.
Now Yo, straight towards Fodawaker. Now Felice Kafusi's on the ground. Wasn't sure whether he'd play a role here tonight. The first 18th man that has been used in Origin football. Hines, another tantalising kick, the hammer at the back. And Hudson Young on the ground. He had to wait until Hamiso hit the turf before he made the tackle. Now Coates. Most of the football played at Queensland's end in this second half.
Oh, they've been most impressive, the Blues second half. They've just been camped in their own 20-metre zone, the Queenslanders. They're just working the ball off their own try line, sapping up precious energy. All that while working in the favour of the Blues.
He got rattled Hopgood, but it was an effective offload.
Yeah, he's an offloader, Hopgood. One of the best in the competition.
The leading offloader for numbers in the comp. Harry Grant did it, shows and goes. And he's through here. Wow, what a run by Dearden. He's been working with Jonathan Thurston throughout the week. He's taught him the old show and go. Lomax is on the other side of the ground now to take the catch. He's everywhere, Zach.
And Harry Grant's kicking licence, not taken off him, but he may have lost some points there. You saw Dearden there. That's previous set. That's one of his strengths, the dummy and go. Really strong, good footwork, powerful, for a smaller player.
Canberra's Hudson Young.
Look at the fatigue alert. Wow. Hitting up to 7.5 minutes.
Hines is going to kick early on 4.
40-20.
It's a 40-20. Has it got the hop? Codes, did he put a foot on the touchline? No. The fans thought he did. The fans haven't got a flag in their hand.
Like a replay.
Oh, good tackle too for Crichton, surging down the ground.
You run at home, put your glasses on, see how close he went to that sideline. And here it is here. Yeah, well done. Well done. Class play.
And he is the guy that jumped from about 10 metres out down at Amy Park earlier in the year and put it down. He's not going to put his foot on the sideline, is he? Terry Evans, an early 40-20 attempt. He's the master, and he's nailed another. There is no one better in the game.
Yeah, and he timed that beautifully. He looked up, early tackle. Tedesco, he was covering the Queensland's right edge. So just watch it. He loves this angle, hooking back across his body as a right footer. Just watch him hook back. Plenty of field back there to kick into. Oh, he's just snuck it in.
That is a momentum shifter.
And there's $1,000 to Gotcha for Life from Westpac every 40-20.
Now Nane from Queensland cash in on the scoreboard.
With a very short left, New South Wales.
Hopgood passing for Carrigan. Dearden creates an extra man. Tries to dummy his way through. Knocked over by Payne Haas. Oh, gee, the pass found no one except for Jerome Luai. That's a let-off.
No. They've been brave, New South Wales.
Oh, no, now it's been pushed out the back by Crichton, who's not happy with Cherry Evans, and Queensland have got it back. Motorwaker runs one out from dummy half. Carrigan, the Blues straining to hang on here. Nane. 3 metres from the line when he played it. Grant to Cherry Evans, to Hopgood, to Fodawaker, to Dearden, away to Cobbo, held off Crichton, who comes again and makes a good grassing tackle.
He is a great defender, Stephen Crichton.
Harry Grant links with Cherry Evans. Couldn't pull through the last tackle. Grant out. Fodawaker backed into New South Wales defence. Robson grabbed him and dragged him right under the black dot. Ball to DCE. Nane short. Nane over. A try to Jeremiah Nane.
Yeah, Klein's going upstairs to the bunker. He's going to check it, but I reckon Nanai gets there.
No try.
Well, he's got no try.
Confirming he loses possession of the ball.
Wow. Well, he was in great position. From our commentary box, it looked like he reached out and got the ball down. We'll just look closely here.
Reece Robson.
Robson, what an effort.
Jeremiah Nane loses possession of the ball in the field of play. Decision made.
What a play.
Yeah, Daly Cherry Evans. On this right When he comes to his right side, Cherry Evans, at club level, he always hits Ola Kawatu. Watch the way he holds his ball up. He holds the ball up, and then just gets Jeremiah Nene one-on-one. Likes to play to his back rower on that right side. Reece Robson take a bow. Once again, the Blues brave.
Danica, what more can you tell us down there?
Yes, you can see on your screen there, Spencer Leniu, he's passed his head injury assessment. He is about to run back into the action. He's been warming up in front of us for the last few minutes, and I think it's fair to say he's pretty fired up and ready to go.
Wednesday night. Thanks, Danica. Strong tackle by Felice Kufusi. Here's Haas. An offload through Robson and now Yo. Andrew, a comment, if you don't mind, on the 12-man New South Wales defensive line has held up relatively well. But what about the impact on a team from an attacking perspective when they're down a man?
Yeah, well, they've got to attack to a certain side, which is their right side with Stephen Crichton there now. They'll be loading up to the left side and opening up that right side, attacking with that edge.
The Hines kick finds Coates on the fly. Winds up, runs back, and Haas down there leading the way. He's had a strong game, Cobbo. It must be difficult dealing with that uncertainty as to what you're going to be asked to do for your state in that interchange role.
Queensland just made a double change. They're starting props. They're back on the field. You see him on screen there. Lindsay Collins making the hit up. Ruben Cotter right beside him.
Terry Evans, Dearden, and the hammer again to tackle Hines. 5 and last. Dearden down that left-hand short side, gives a pass to Talangi, kick back in, Robson there, bounces back to Talangi. There's 6 more tackles coming. Oh, I think he lost the ball. Well, that is a big reliever for New South Wales. It just felt another consecutive set down there might have been a bridge too far to handle.
And another desperate play by a Blues player. I couldn't quite see who it was. Well, it's Tedesco, the man that got called into camp into this game only 3 days ago. Another big play by the Blues.
There's that love of penalty, New South Wales. A lot of their big men out on their feet. Here goes Spencer.
What an impact he's had, Joey.
Hasn't he been great?
Bobbling around on the Core Stadium turf. International football, or soccer for the Australian terminology, only 48 hours ago here, and the field has come up magnificently.
You see the tackles there on the right-hand side. Patrick Carrigan, 40. He's just got his first spell of the match. Reece Robson not far behind.
Lindsay Collins confronted by his Roosters teammate Spencer Leniu, playing it inside the New South Wales 40. A kick by Dearden. It's the perfect weight. It's a great take by Lomax under pressure once again.
Yeah, when the ball's in the air, he demands it in both defence and attack. There's the tries. Queensland, last try in 24th minute. There's been a real arm wrestle this second half.
So McInnes back onto the park. And Tedesco scurrying up within 6 of the halfway. He's tackled by Dearden. Robson for Hines. They've pressured him with his general kicking, Nico. That one fell out of the sky, but it was taken by Tabuai for Doe, who explodes through the defence and gets back past his 40.
Well, they've got to hang on here, New South Wales.
They've been brave, Joey, but they're only just hanging on. I think Queensland's starting to win in that arm wrestle now. I feel like there's not far away for points for Queensland. They hold on to the football.
No, they've settled into a bit of a rhythm, haven't they, Lockie? They've settled right down. A bit of an edgy start for them in this second half, but they've got back to their game plan. They're completing sets, kicking long. At some stage, they'd expect someone to break.
Here's Graham. He sensed that as well. He went away to Jermaine Hopgood. Play number 5, Cherry Evans, plenty of time off a quick play the ball. The kick out wide, Air Coates taps it down. A try coming as predicted by Lockyer, and Smith. Valentine Holmes has put it down.
Well, it's the first opportunity they've had.
He's
got no try.
Defender goes forward.
Well, it's the first opportunity that they've had with this Xavier Coates on
We
top.
have cleared kick chasers onside.
Well, the bunker cannot rule on a forward pass. The ball goes forward.
Xavier Coates knocks the ball on in the field of play. Decision made.
So if Xavier Coates catches that ball cleanly, then throws it back and it goes forward, that's a try.
Yeah, that's right. Did he not catch that cleanly? I thought he had.
Yeah,
I thought he had a fair bit of control on this football. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, that game, a breaking try overturned, so all hope is not lost for New South Wales yet. They've got to somehow navigate away down the other end of the field first.
Well, I don't think they can unless they get some sort of leg up or a penalty or a 6 to go.
Well, they've been extremely brave, particularly in this second half, but you just got to wonder at what stage are they going to run out of puff. They've used a lot of energy to get themselves in this position already, the Blues. And how much longer can they hold on for? They've got another 16 minutes to go. Can they conjure something special up here?
This guy might help. Lenu breaking free of tackles again.
It reminds me of, Cameron, the late, great Carl Webb. Built close to the ground, accelerates quick.
Teddy's coming through. He's been brilliant at the back. Fabio on the go.
And the great man sadly passed away, but remember his debut for Queensland? Barnstorming.
Scored that great try.
Yep.
Spencer's very similar. He's getting a rest now, Spencer Leniu.
That was a famous game, Cam, you remember. Wayne Bennett came back to coach Queensland. There were 12 changes to the Queensland team that was... Oh, that is a tackle! That is an Origin special!
When you talk about Origin players, it's a knock on.
And he's forced an error. That is just brilliant by Martin.
Liam Martin. Get any of the great Origin players, the Origin forwards, here it is. Look at this bottom of the screen. Get that into.
And the reply by Nene for Queensland wasn't bad either just then. Well, Liam Martin's not going to lie down. Come with me is the message.
Yeah. Any of the great Origin forwards, he's up there with them.
Cam, if New South Wales can just find a try here, what's your sense?
I'd be nervous. I'd be nervous as a Queenslander.
Tedesco. A short pass away. And the Blues here within 13 of the line. Crichton played it. Hines with a pass to McInnes. Wrapped up by Collins. This is as far down the field as they've been in a long time. Luai dangerous against the bigger man. Steps back, gets it to Hines. Thought about a kick. It's Hudson Young. It hits the post. It bounces back. Hamaso's there. And he passes near the in goal. Lomax is there to make the tackle, but that was just a little moment of trepidation.
Well, that ball's going to end up at Urban Surf, the wave pool. It's about 2K out.
Cobo.
He's through the first one. He's up and off again. There's Queensland jumpers. It's Xavier Coates.
Oh, what a tackle.
Holmes, my apologies, and it was an unbelievable tackle. It was a try saver from To'o. Ben Hunt's back out there. Hunt dashing upfield. Hunt through. Hunt goes all the way himself.
Dozer.
Queensland defending at one end and scoring at the other.
Go Dozer. And it had to happen. It had to happen. The Blues, they're out on their feet. They've tried so bravely, as I spoke about before, but at some stage they had to break. What a run it was by Cobo. A passage of play down the other end, all the way up the other end of the field. Harvey Norman replay. He breaks a couple of tackles, gets loose. Val Holmes, what about that tackle there? Brian To'o. Incredible. And then Ben Hunt. I think that's his first touch back on the field since coming back on. in the second stint, and he just thinks run. That's what he's there for. That's the job he's been given by the coach. Beats 3 or 4 defenders. Lovely try. Down to you, Freddie.
The only time the Blues actually looked vulnerable was when they were actually chasing down kicks. They were trying to use the kicks as a way to get a try or to get the upper hand on Queensland. But those last couple of runs, Hamiso had a nice run, and then Cobbo broke the defence line after the kick as well. Just got that disjointed about them, the Blues. They lost the ability to work together, and then it was just down to that man. He scored the first. And when he got out of dummy half, you just knew it was going to have to be a big tackle to stop him. He was just toying with the defence.
He just had helter-skelter on the last play. Once they get into that attacking position, they just got to bomb the Lomax.
There's the Queensland women's side preparing for tomorrow night. Huge game, game 2, sold out crowd.
The Andrew John stand will be pumping in Newcastle. So Ben Hunt, incredible influence on this game again. 2 tries, the match-winning try and decider a couple of years back is unforgettable. Holmes with the conversion.
Official attendance for Ann Paul's State of Origin 1. Thanks for joining us tonight. 77,214 in the house. All thanks to you. Insurance for individuals.
Stay on side! Wait.
They're going short, New South Wales.
It's a well-executed kick. It's ended up in Blues' hands. Nico Hines there. Goodness, there's some drama to assess out of this Origin opener. Thunderbolt after 7 minutes. Suaalii sent off. Completely changed the complexion of what everyone was forecasting. And New South Wales have tried stoically. Queensland in a comfortable position as we approach the last 10. It comes to Crichton. Tackled by his Roosters mate, 5 metres away. Robson Tedesco into first receiver. Teddy pushing through. Nearly at the line, but not quite.
Lindsay, be careful.
Yeah, he's been threatening tonight, hasn't he, Joey?
Tedesco.
Only 3-day preparation. But we expected that, didn't we? We expected him to play strong.
You knew he was going to aim right up. Oh, big run, Cobbo.
Jeez, okay.
Oh, he's so strong.
The adulation, bottom right of screen, as Ben Hunt, who is the absolute epitome of an Origin specialist. And what a player he has been for Queensland for such a long time now. Game number 18 tonight for Ben Hunt as Queensland make an error.
Now, there's a special effort here from the play the ball from marker. I think it's Reece Robson again. 69th minute. He has done so much work. Reece Robson, we saw him save that try. 45 tackles. Sometimes you need the special efforts. He got out of marker and forced that error. Reece Robson, he's had a game also.
Crichton breaking free. Crichton striding out. He's stopped by a metre. Hines pushes it on. Delivers an intercept for Cherry Evans. He's scooting away. The 35-year-old legs might not get him there. He kicks ahead for Coach to run after it. Oh, the kick was majestic. An extraordinary bit of football by the 35-year-old Queensland captain who gets better by the year.
How good is he? How good is he? He laid on the first try for Ben Hunt. That little scamper out of dummy half and the ball inside. This time here, he's picked off a pass right down the other end of the field. Harvey Norman replay. Yeah, and he's picked it. Isaiah Yeo loves playing that little sweep pass out the back to a sweep runner. And all that experience, just have a look at that. Calmness, execution, just rolls it in beautifully. Xavier Coates, what a chase that was. He could have let his captain go, but that's a huge effort to get up the other end and score a try. Two of the old boys, Tomo, Ben Hunt, Daly Cherry Evans.
Yeah, people talk about vision.
So good.
And they usually use the vision in attack, but also you have vision defensively. Cherry Evans, you can see this coming a mile away. Said Isaiah loves to play that play out the back at Clubland, and Cherry Evans, he's seen it many times. Freddie.
Well, the Maroons used this tactic last year with Isaiah when he was going through the middle. Their outside backs would just sprint up on the play. It was on Jerome Luai or Nathan Cleary. We couldn't get around them last year, and you can see this year they've made some mistakes over on the right-hand side. The ball's gone to ground, and this time Cherry Evans picked it off pretty easily. Holmes makes it 32.
Queensland 32. The West New South Wales Blues 10.
So plenty to contemplate for Michael Maguire, who is tonight the 16th man to coach New South Wales. The man who preceded him, Brad Fittler. I'm curious to pick your brain here with respect to recalibrating for a game 2 in Melbourne that you need to win to keep the series alive. How would you be approaching this?
Well, the fact you had someone sent off so early in the game, I don't think it's going to be too hard for the coach to come back and grab a lot of courageous moments from the Blues. I think he'll totally neglect the score and not worry about the score, but there's enough effort in the Blues jersey for them to go on and say, well, you know what, if we had 13, we're a good chance of beating these blokes. So I think the fact you lose Joseph so early gives you a really good argument. And I've got to say, some of these blokes for the Blues have done themselves proud and their families proud. They've got to go and win it, that's all.
Freddie, is Jake Jabrovic all right? I don't think he's been back on, has he?
He hasn't returned after that first stint.
It's Jake.
And Andrew, we're in the heat of the moment here, of course, but from what you've seen, Queensland, albeit with the one-man advantage for the most part of the game, have been the better team. Are you looking at sticking with the majority of this combination?
Yeah, I think so. It's hard to get a gauge on it, as you said. They've been down to 12 men. Obviously, they'll look at club form, what happens in the next couple of weeks, and see how they go. But
his performance was never in doubt after being thrust into a decider on the boom in 2022. I think that earned up a fair bit of credit from Coach Slater.
Wait here, wait. Stay here, stay here.
Would you be considering the form of Mitchell Moses, perhaps, Andrew?
We'd probably have to have a look at him over the next couple of weeks. Is there 2 games before Melbourne? See how he's only had 1 game back. We can shot the lights out. But I'm sure he'll come into consideration. Into Westpac red zone. Into New South Wales, 30 play the balls compared to 12 for Queensland. You can see the field position they've had in this second half.
So the energy resources for Queensland at the back end here compared to the Blues. They're lining up to inflict big tackles, and that one's gone astray. They just keep on keeping on, Queensland.
I think it'll be a big talking point in the post-game about Joseph Suolii's send-off. We'll have to hear different perspectives, what our experts think.
Well, I think from a Queensland point of view, Andrew really forecast that with his very short response earlier. He was very unhappy about the tackle. So Holmes dragged down, headed for the Maroons' biggest ever win in Sydney here tonight. Previous biggest was 16 points back in 1988. Cobbo draws passes to Langy, taken over the sideline.
And once again, Stephen Crichton just knowing when to come up aggressive and jam and when to hold off. defensively, he's an amazing centre. He reads the play so well. Look, he goes up, he stops, he props, he waits for his men to come, he sprints and gets there. He's an amazing defensive player.
Oh, he's done extremely well. He's been one of their strongest players all night, Stephen Crichton. He's had to adapt as well. He's switched sides. He's had to mark a new play that he hasn't prepared for.
Well, the Eels the next couple of weeks, they got the Dogs. This week, and then they got the Roosters. So you'll be seeing Moses and Keary go at it. Here's Jake Trebojevic, skipper, coming back on.
It was remarkable to see the turnaround in Parramatta's form instantly upon Moses' return. And I suppose Gutson was the other factor.
Well, the kicking game of Moses when he came back, he's such a great kicker of the ball.
Search for another centre for New South Wales as well. Oh, that's a high shot. Let the clip him high. McInnes undetected by the referee. So Queensland at the moment, in terms of the head-to-head for series, they have won 24 against 16 for New South Wales, and that gulf of 8 series is as dominant as Queensland has been in Origin history. Twice Queensland have opened up an advantage of 8 series on New South Wales, once 2013 and again this year. So should they win this series, it will be the most dominant position that Queensland has ever found itself in Origin football. But history tells us almost 75% of the time the team that wins game 1 goes on to wrap it up.
Well, it's a huge challenge now, isn't it, for New South Wales? And it's been a struggle for them tonight, playing with 12 men for the majority of this game. But now they've got to go to a neutral venue down in Melbourne. And if they do come away with a win, they then have to go on to Brisbane, which will be their toughest challenge yet. One New South Wales side, Tomo, I think, that's won a series after losing game 1. I think that was 94.
Yeah.
Their famous try.
That miracle try.
Yeah, the miracle try. They went on to win that, New South Wales.
They nearly win a game without you mentioning that, Cam. For all the New South Wales fans out there. It's 30 years ago, you know. Up and under. Lomax. Desperate pass over the top. And taken by Queensland. Yes, that team, coached by our own Phil Gould, actually went to Melbourne to win game 2 and then won the decider up at Suncorp. So
there you go.
Sometimes
and history repeat itself.
Yes, indeed. Dearden dummies and runs. Passes to Hamiso. It's a third. What a talent, what an excitement machine, and what a win for Queensland.
Yeah, the show and go from Dearden. The defence on the edge not working together. Ball go wide. Harvey Norman replay. Nico Hines, they get on the outside of Nico. And then the palm on Stephen Crichton. And then Hamiso, is it 3? He scored tonight. He's been amazing. What a talent. The way he runs is just like poetry. It's just so smooth. He just, look at him. He just moves beautifully.
And that's the 6th hat-trick for a Maroons player.
Did you get one of them?
No. No, so a lot of great players involved by that man tonight. What a valuable asset to Billy Slater's football side. A guy that can start in the centres and then be shifted to fullback after the incident with Reece Walsh at the start, who plays fullback every single week for the Dolphins and is in great form.
He's a match winner.
Unbelievable.
So Queensland fans at Caxton Street and beyond will be rejoicing once more this evening as Val Holmes issues the final rites. A most dominant scoreboard and a richly talented and cohesive football team. Queensland 38 over New South Wales 10 in the series opener for 2024.